Well, hey y'all, and welcome to the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. I'm Susan, your hostess, and I'm here today to tell you that a bit of a miracle has happened with my injured foot, and I'm going to explain to you exactly what has been going on. I got up one morning, I put on my shoes, the sole of the shoe gave way. It was a waffle sole, and it caused blood blisters to form on the sole of my foot, and blood pooling began to happen, swelling, and with me being a diabetic, the chance of losing a foot was very, very real. So I began using some products, and I'm going to show you these. I'm not affiliated with any of them, but I wanted to share that with you. And y'all, I'm sorry my bra strap's showing today, but that's the way it goes. Um, my neighbor brought me down this. It's very, very expensive to buy. It is uh, helic- helicrium, helichrysum. I can't pronounce it, but anyway, there it is. I'll put a link to this in the description box below. One drop is all I needed. And I purchased this from the Amish. It was frankincense oil, a biblical oil. I had already had this on hand. These two I mixed with coconut oil, a carrier oil, and I keep this in the refrigerator to keep it fresh. And I labeled it. So, frankincense will kill some bacteria and fungi. It is anti inflammatory, it's a rejuvenative, it boosts the immune system. And helichrysum is another essential oil. It reduces inflammation, antioxidant, antimicrobial, and wound healing. And my doctor approved of these two essential oils. She was so excited that I was actually using them. She says, I approve of these. So the combination of the two was put on my foot 3 times a day, over the wound, over the top of my foot, all around the swelling area, between my toes, everywhere. And then I allowed it to air dry. And I used one drop, just one drop of this in my 1 ounce mixture of coconut oil, frankincense oil, and the helichrysum. I'm going to be able to say this by the time of the end of this video. So I used about 30 drops of the frankincense. I really didn't know how much to use, but I was guesstimating from other types of oils that I have mixed with the essential oils. And I do have quite a variety of them in my refrigerator that I keep on hand for emergency situations. And this was definitely an emergency situation. I am very, very blessed by my neighbor, and I love her too. Just so she knows, she says she doesn't give expensive gifts to very many people unless she loves them. And I am very, very blessed to have good neighbors. So I did a couple of other things. It was still swelling. It was swelling for almost an entire week. Very painful to walk on. I had to keep it propped up on a pillow, lifted up to keep the swelling down. And then I would get up for maybe 5, 10 minutes, and then I'd have to go back and sit down because the swelling and the pain had returned, and it was just horrific pain. Couldn't believe you had that much pain. So one of the things I have a video on is this uh, golden milk tea. This is a dry mix for golden milk tea, and you would mix this with a cup of milk and some olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, um, and you would heat it up. And I use this maybe once a day, and it helps with the inflammation. It is a pain reliever, so that was very good for me to add to the other two ingredients. The last thing I did was I was reading up on the diabetes, and I am really interested in getting my pH balance back to normal. And so I grabbed some baking soda, put it in a little jar, and I took a half a teaspoon of baking soda, mixed it into my 1 quart cup of water that I drink on all day. And y'all, within 30 minutes, that swelling had gone down in my foot. Could not believe it. I was like, oh my Lord, is this what did it? Or was it all the prayers that all of y'all have done for me? I don't know, but I'm very, very grateful. And so I'm going to continue to do the baking soda for a few more days mixed in my water just to make sure that all of that toxin and everything is just out of my body. So it has flattened. There's no more infection in there. It did have just a tiny bit of seeping this early this morning, which dried up very, very quickly. There's no open wound that I can see. So we're just going to wait and see. I am taking it easy, but I am able to get up and walk around and do some light housekeeping chores and things like that. So I'm thankful for that. I will be going back to my doctor one more time, and I will be going to the podiatrist after this as well, just to make sure that I do not get an infection in that foot. I want to thank everybody that has prayed, because I do believe in the power of prayer, and I do know that it is so, so vitally important that we pray for one another. So thank you very much for taking time out of your day to pray for me. I wanted to share this because it worked for me. It may not work for you. I am not a medical doctor. I'm going to give that disclaimer in the description box below this video. This is not medical advice. This is what I did for my wound on my foot. I think I have covered everything I planned on talking about. So thank you very much, my friends, for watching and being a part of this channel. Come along with me on my diabetic journey. This was something that is worrisome because I'm a diabetic, but I also have lupus. So anytime there's a skin eruption or disturbance, I get very, very worried. Lupus attacks your major organs, and your skin is one of your major organs. And so I want to be very, very careful with this foot until it is completely healed. And my cat is wanting to get in the window, so I guess that's the end of this. Be blessed, everybody.